All right, we're back. Sorry, guys. We had to get this fixed. You guys should be able to see the screen. We're on like a 60-second delay. Thanks for tuning in. If you're really looking for a huge advantage, we're going to dive into the economy. We're going to dive into really how to recession-proof your business in these next 6 months. So I'm excited about that. If you're someone who is looking for a huge advantage in life and business, if you're someone who's looking to really grow their network, if you're someone who's looking to gain clarity on how to make money in today's changing and uncertain times, you're in the right spot. I want to acknowledge you for first investing in yourself and investing in your mindset and really choosing to be here and giving me your time. Time is more important than money. And you know the benefits and the payoff of investing in yourself. So much respect to you. You are the action takers, the type that don't wait for opportunities. You create opportunity. So congratulations. I already know you're an overachiever. And it's crazy. I read an article in Forbes a while back. It says 10% of people invest in themselves. And you guys invested your time and energy to be here. So you're the cream of the crop. And you're not like most people. So much respect. Now, my focus and value today is to give you massive value and give you a clear, proven roadmap. Because here's what you have to realize. 1 or 2 perspective shifts or a new action plan can yield you an extra $20, $30, $50 to $100,000 in your business this year. Just a different way to think. So I'm super excited. Thanks for sharing. Sorry about the technology at the beginning. We're all good to go now. And because of the economy, because of what's going on, I get so many people reaching out to me. And I wanted to really share my take and give you some very clear action steps on how to recession-proof your way to not just protect your business, but also multiply your income. So we are going to talk about the 6 proven pillars to grow and scale your business, but we're also going to talk about how to recession-proof your business and your income, right? So why is this important right now? Well, here's what you have to realize. Yes, there's some tough times, but this is also in existence of mankind. It's the greatest time in human history to be alive. There's 1,700 new millionaires created every single day in the US. Every single day. But 95% of people are stressed, underpaid, overwhelmed, and struggling. I've never heard such frustrations and fear and money problems, right? And you see now, the Dow Jones sinks 2,000%. There's the coronavirus. There's the oil crashes. There's so many things going on. So I'm so proud of you for being here, wanting to grow and elevate yourself and turn your fear to confidence and turn your uncertainty to certainty. So here's what has to be comprehended, right? The opportunity cost. You're leaving thousands on the table not knowing some of these simple yet powerful facts that I'm going to share with you. And the game has changed. I want to share with you the 3 biggest opportunities right now and why more money can be made in a down economy than in a great economy, okay? So everything has changed. What it took to succeed just 5 or 10 years ago doesn't really work anymore, right? The rich are getting richer and the poor are getting poorer. And now it's time to separate yourself once and for all. And our society is really struggling. People are lost. They're confused. They're broke. And they're working way too hard for their living. Okay, and I really want to change this. That's why I'm running this training. But there is some house rules. But there's a shift happening. And for the first time ever, it's not about age. It's not about experience. It's not about location. Okay, it's about networking and having a proven roadmap. So for me, I felt like I was working all the time and I didn't see my results. I felt like my to-do list was growing and growing, and I felt like no matter how hard I worked, I wasn't getting ahead. I had so many ideas, but I wasn't sure which ones were going to yield results, and I was overloaded with information, and it caused me to be overwhelmed and take no action. And I felt like I was letting my family down by not showing real results. And I almost gave up numerous times. And one of my biggest pet peeves from my experience and from my past struggles and frustrations is watching a training, going to a seminar, and realizing that they don't actually give you real results. And I'm so sick of those trainings and programs. That's why I take pride in making sure that you guys are going to get real value today, right? So let's go through the house rules. First of all, this is not a get rich quick. Okay, I want you guys to realize we don't do anything with that mentality. There's not a shred of get rich quick in this training. And if you're looking to get wealthy without putting any real work in or without adding real value first, this is not the place. So feel free to go about your business or change your expectations. Second thing is, this is not do nothing and get paid. There's too many schemes and things now where it's like, join my program and in 10 days you'll make $500,000 or $30,000 in 30 days. That's not this. Okay, this is real value. So I'm not going to teach you something that is going to allow you to do nothing and get paid. I've never met anyone except for lottery winners, right? And I think 70-something% of them go broke within 2 years because they didn't earn it, right? Next, there's no fake experts, right? This is real results, real work, and real people, right? My results aren't typical, okay? And most people that buy any get-rich-quick training will never make any money whatsoever. This isn't it, okay? If you're looking to get a blueprint to create more clarity, if you're looking to scale and grow your business without working 80, 90 hours a week, if you value freedom and family over everything, and you're really looking to elevate your network, but also protect and multiply your income, this training is for you. Now, although the times are volatile and uncertain, here's what will give you a massive competitive advantage. The 3 truths to the new economy. First truth, you can make more money in a downtime than you ever could in great times. Okay? 76% of the Fortune 500 companies, the best companies in the world, were either created or built in a recession or depression. The companies we were founded upon were created in a recession or depression. You can get maximum profit when there is maximum pessimism. And I'm going to explain how and the steps to do this. But when most are in fear and you're confident, it's easier to create and design your ideal business and maximize your income. When the economy is down, this changed my entire life understanding this. When the economy is down, the money doesn't disappear. You have to understand, it doesn't just go poof into thin air. It just transfers to the successful people who do these things I'm going to share with you today. Okay, here's what you're going to discover. And once again, I'm super excited that you're here because most people would rather escape reality. And there's some people that probably signed up for this that got distracted or they'd rather watch TV and they're going to miss out on this massive opportunity to become a real game changer in this new economy. Here's what you'll discover today. The 6 essential elements to growing and scaling your business while creating real freedom. This is the same system I used to go from broke to 6 figures, from 6 figures to 7, and from 7 to 8. Same exact system, okay? The 3 big decisions that will either make or break your 2020, and most importantly, how to reach your goals on your terms. Now, I want to share too, it's not your fault. Everything we've been taught has been backwards. Okay? It's not about working smarter or harder, it's about working right? Age is irrelevant. And networking is more important than experience. But understand, it's not your fault that you might be struggling because there's so many false promises and myths out there that I want to crack so you have the best possible advantage. Because right now, I know 14, 15, and 16-year-olds making 6 and 7 figures and broke 40-year-olds. Because one's willing to adapt and adjust to the new times and invest in themselves, and one's stubborn and has fear and says, but I have 20 years of experience. And here's the reality. Most people don't have 20 years of experience, even if they've worked for 20 years, because they have 1 year repeated 20 times. If you're doing the same thing every year, you don't have 20 years, you have 1 year repeated. You have to be investing in yourself, growing, innovating, getting better if you want multiple years of experience, right? So Before we really dive into the content, you might be thinking, who the heck is Peter Voog, right? Some of you guys who have never seen me, who the heck am I to share this kind of stuff? To be honest, I'm a small town kid, an average kid from Oregon. I transferred high school's junior year and had a lot of issues. I dropped out of college. I tried hard labor. I tried eBay. I tried valeting cars. And I went completely broke at age 22. And I don't mean broke where I had some money in my savings. I mean absolutely dead broke, where I didn't have enough money to go to the drive-thru. And I still remember, okay, the feeling of having no choices, right? I was living in our family friend's extra room in Tacoma, Washington when I was 22 with no money to my name. Here's me at that time. I'm super, it's a funny picture. But I had no business succeeding. So how in the world was I able to go from a troubled kid to be able to be a 2 times, now actually 3 times best-selling author, okay, with over 450,000 copies sold, have created 6 figures or more income streams in 12 different industries, and trained over 10,000 entrepreneurs personally while reaching millions of people per month. And here's my book, 6 Months to 6 Figures. And I don't say this to brag or impress you. There's just so many coaches and gurus that haven't actually gotten real results, right? And I want to share with you some of the things that I've done that I wasn't supposed to do coming from a small town. I didn't know anybody making 6 figures. If you would have told me when I was younger that I was going to make millions of dollars, I would have bet you all the money I had that I wasn't going to ever make. I didn't even think about millions of dollars, let alone 6 figures, right? So our book is frequently on the cover of Amazon and Audible with some of the biggest books in the world. This is me speaking in Dubai on stage. I've been featured in Forbes, Entrepreneur Magazine, Time Magazine, Huffington Post, Inc. Influence have named me top 12 motivational people to follow, top 6 millennial mentors to follow. That was in 2016. Now Yahoo Finance, I was on the cover of Yahoo, which was crazy, being the top 20 entrepreneurs to watch in 2020. I've been in Forbes magazine 3 times. This is one of the articles that came out in 2015. This is me speaking at a live event. And the fact that I've been able to speak now with people like Gary Vaynerchuk and Ty Lopez and Adam Braun and Gary Lewis Howes and Keith Ferrazzi and Les Brown and Brendan Burchard, Eric Thomas, it's crazy, right? This is me speaking out of the country. Another speech. Our YouTube channel reaches millions of people now. This is me being interviewed by Grant Cardone. This is an interview that reached almost 400,000 people. These are quotes from Forbes Entrepreneur. These things don't mean a lot to me, but I just like to put these in here to let you know that I've been in the trenches and I've been broke and frustrated, but I've hacked the system and I figured out how to build a life and a business on my terms where I see most people haven't done that, right? So here's my question. What brought you here? I read all of your emails. There was a lot of emails coming in and I asked you what you wanted to get out of this training. What do you do, right? I want you to type in the chat, what brought you here? I know some of you guys wanted to start your own business. Some of you guys wanted a little more clarity. Some of you guys wanted higher paying clients. Some of you guys wanted to get rid of your 9-to-5 job where you're working 80 hours a week. Some of you guys have a brand new business you just started, right? Some of you guys want to get better at sales. Type in the chat, why are you here? What brought you here? I'd love to get some conversation going. Thank you guys. Such a good book. Appreciate it. Great book. Love it. Thank you so much. Recession-Proof equals credibility. Yes, you're right. It's just awkward for me to talk about myself because my number one focus is giving value and creating success stories, right? Not talking about myself. But there's just so many people that haven't gotten results that I feel like I want to share what I've done. And if you would have told me I didn't do well in school and in literature and in English and writing, I still can't even fully write cursive, right? So if you would have told me I would have wrote 3 different books and became a bestseller, I would have said you're lying. So I just want to share like where I came from so you guys can realize if I can do it, you guys can do it as well. And I want to cut your learning curve in half. Have my own business, wanted to strengthen it, love it. Learn how to make money in a recession, love it. Financial freedom, love it. Financial freedom, financial freedom. Um, grow my business on my terms, freaked out about the state of the economy in the world, want to turn it into an opportunity, love it. Take my business to new heights, financial freedom, a lot of financial freedoms. Okay, the courage to leave my comfort and leave my day job and go out alone, and I don't want to go out alone. Service-based business, I need to get in the right headspace as we get into the second quarter. Guidance, clarity, financial freedom, I love it. This is awesome. Thank you guys so much for sharing. Leave my 9-to-5 job. I have been there. Okay, and I really want to let you guys know that I've been in a place where I've had fear, uncertainty, a scarcity mindset. That's why I'm so proud and excited, and I was so pumped to share this training. So for me, let me share a little bit about how my success came about and where I was, and kind of share the story with you. First, my first failure was I thought in my head, I thought motivation and ambition were enough. Right? So I was motivated. I felt like I was ambitious. I was the most motivated person that people knew, right? But I was broke and I couldn't afford the drive-through. So I realized quickly it's not just about motivation. It's not about ambition, right? You have to have more than that. So I was so broke I couldn't go to the drive-through, right? I had huge dreams, but everyone told me to be realistic. I had to go to college. I needed money to make money. I had to get a normal job to start out with. Right? So I kept asking why. Why do I need a normal job? Right? Why can't I be successful? So I left my small town and I went to a bigger town to find opportunities. And I got into a sales position and I didn't really have any inspiration around me. The first event that I went to, I saw a couple people in my company that were making six figures, and someone got a $40,000 bonus check. I asked how old he was. I'll never forget this. His name was Jeremy. He said he was 25. I was 21 at the time. I got excited and I felt my passion going up. And I remember staying up all night studying, right? I actually bought something and my goal was to I bought a course, like a cheap course. This is before I was broke, by the way. And I wanted to get that $40,000 check, right? Fast forward, I was working 50, 60 hours a week trying to get good at sales, trying to become an entrepreneur. And I didn't have any money because I didn't know what actions to take, right? And I thought drive and passion was enough, and I didn't have any real strategies or mentors. And I thought working hard was everything, and I thought being ambitious was everything. So I would work 50, 60, 70 hours a week. And I would look to society, which is the worst thing you can do, to ask for help. So I was in sales. I was frustrated because I wasn't making money and I wasn't getting results. And anytime I asked somebody what to do, they just said, work harder. That was always the answer, work more hours. So I got up to 80 hours and things weren't changing. I was treading my wheels. I spent 6 or 7 months doing that, pissed away all my savings, and I was overloaded with information. So I got to this point where I was dead broke, discouraged, and frustrated, and I had no clue what direction to take. I'm from a small town of 7,000 people. I was blaming my past, where I was from, my age, my company, the economy. But once I started really taking responsibility for where I was, everything changed. So here's where I was. I literally could abandon entrepreneurship, abandon my dreams, and settle for an average job and go back home and live with my parents. Or I could figure it out. And I was at a crossroads, right? I was studying everything I could online, but I was overloaded. And I realized that it's not just about personal growth. It's about knowing yourself, and what you don't know about yourself controls your life. So I'm not saying personal growth is bad, but I was studying a bunch of free stuff online, and it caused me to be overwhelmed. And when you're overwhelmed, you seek distractions. And I heard a quote, and this quote changed my life. When I was studying and reading and looking into how to get better, I heard someone say, if you want to be a millionaire, talk to billionaires, you'll get there quicker. And I realized I didn't have anybody around me that was pushing me, that made money, that I could look up to actually give me guidance, right? So the first thing I did, okay, first thing, if you're taking notes, I made the definite decision that I was going to make this thing work. I made the definite decision that I was going to make this work, right? And when I started making that decision, it's weird. things started to work out and I started to gain a little more clarity. So my challenge to you is this: make the definite decision that you're going to make this entrepreneur thing, you're going to scale your company, you're going to start your business. Make a definite decision that you're going to make it happen. Because here's what I realized in my experience: 1% doubt and you're out. If you have 1% doubt in your head, you're going to take that doubt every time, right? So I started thinking about why I failed. Those years I was trying to build my business, trying to make money in sales, trying to become an entrepreneur, I started thinking about why I failed. Here's the first reason: I tried to do everything myself, right? I tried to do it all myself. I wasn't delegating, I wasn't hiring anybody, and it caused me to go broke, and it caused me to resent the things that I used to love. Second thing is I believed all the gurus. When I was studying people, this is the 3 things that kept coming up. It's all about hard work. That's the first thing. You have to believe in yourself. So I always felt really bad because I didn't believe in myself. And I was wondering why everyone said you had to believe. And here's what I realized. I know this goes against most people, but you don't actually have to fully believe. You have to get around people who believe that can help you, and you have to take action like you believe until your belief catches up. So let me share this with you. When I thought back, I never actually believed in myself till after I made a couple $100,000, after I made 6 figures. So if you're sitting here and you haven't made $300,000-$400,000 a year yet, you don't fully need to believe. So don't think and don't feel bad for not believing. How can you believe if you haven't actually accomplished it? Right? You can have some false belief. I had some false belief in my head. I'm like, I'm going to crush it. But deep down, I was like, I don't even know if I can do this. Right? So I didn't fully believe, but here's the catch. I started taking action like I did. So when the guru said, believe in yourself, and I didn't believe myself, I felt really bad, and it caused me to almost resent entrepreneurship, right? And the last guru myth is you need a lot of experience. I was young, I had no experience. And when I heard someone say you need to have a lot of experience, it discouraged me. When I realize now, I know people, like I said earlier, 15, 16, 17, 18 years old that are making millions, that don't have a lot of experience. But once again, here's why I succeeded and why they succeeded. I built $1 million network and I had a proven roadmap. That's it. Okay, I want to simplify success for you. It doesn't matter where you're from, where you're at, what stage. If you have a proven roadmap and you have some people around you that have already been where you want to go, that's the secret sauce to making sure you dominate when most people struggle. Okay, so here's what I've learned: the 6 essential proven elements to growing and scaling your business while creating more freedom and autonomy. Because here's what you have to realize: if you've built a $100 million business, if you make $1 million a year, but your business runs you and you have no freedom and you don't have a lifestyle you're proud of, you did it all wrong, right? So here's the question. I know people that make 10, 15, $20 million a year, but they miss every one of their kids' games. Their kids don't know who they are. They work 80 hours a week. They're stressed out. They have too many employees. And they hate what they do because they resent it because the hours they work. And I know people making $150K a year that go to every kid's game and they love their life. So it's not just about the money. It's about autonomy and freedom and having a lifestyle that allows you to live life on your terms. That's what this is about. And that's what these 6 things will give you. And once again, this is the first time I have ever shared this training live, ever. Okay, I've talked about a couple of these, but not all of this training in one. And also, we have a special surprise for you at the end, a very unique opportunity that we've been working on for the last 8 to 10 months that I've never shared, that I'm excited about. And I think you'll really enjoy, and maybe it's an opportunity for you, but either way, this training is going to be extremely valuable and tactical for you, okay? So these are the 6 steps, and we'll dive into each. You have to shift from complexity to simplicity. Complexity is listening to all the news. It's being around everyone that's in fear. Simplicity is realizing that there's always 10, 15% of society that capitalizes and makes the most money they've ever made in a down economy. Warren Buffett says the time you should take the most action is when most people are in fear. Robert Kiyosaki says the only time to start a business is during or after a recession, right? So if you simplify what's most important to you and you simplify business, you get a lot more clarity. The unstoppable mindset, you can't have clarity and you can't really be ready to crush it if you don't have the right mindset. You have to have $1 million network, which will help you with optimize your positioning, focus on the right activities, and the one that transformed my life, my business, my happiness, my results more than ever. We're going to wait on that one. But that's the one that's the most important, I think. So, number one, let's dive into this. Shifting from complexity to simplicity, okay? Shifting from complexity to simplicity. Here's what you have to understand. Complexity is the enemy of execution. So the more overwhelmed you have to get rid of all the noise in your head first, okay? The more noise you have, the less action you'll take. So the goal is to figure out what your ideal outcome is for the next 6 months. Now, in this case, right, you cannot base this off of your insecurities and off of your past. Most people base what they want off of what they think is possible, off of their insecurities, off of what they haven't done, off of their experience, off their failures. This is based off what is ideal for you and based off your potential and what's possible. Okay? Forget how you're going to do it. I will help you with that. That will happen. Okay? Next, what's most important to you? Figuring out your values. Is family most important? Is money most important? Is flexibility most important? Is health most important? Right? Is growth most important? Is travel and experience most important? You have to figure out your ideal values. Right? And when you have your values, then you measure everything against your outcome and your values. Right? People that are outcome focused produce results like nobody else. Okay, so what's most important to you? Really think about your values, and here's the deal. Your values change, right? What's most important to you changes. If you don't have the money you want, if you want financial freedom, one of your top values should be income, right? But not at the expense of things that are most important to you, right? Now, you know people live based off their values. So one of my highest values on earth is family. I have a newborn, well, he's not newborn, he's 5 months now, but that's number one. It's flexibility, freedom, and autonomy. And number 3 or 4 is financial freedom and income, right? So you have to understand that's how I live my life. If something comes, if here's what happens when you figure this out. If one of your values is income right now, everything that comes to you, here's what you ask. Is this going to increase my income or decrease my income? If one of your values is peace of mind, is this going to contribute to my peace of mind or contaminate my peace of mind? That's why this is important. Next, we get tactical. What are your big 5 action steps or results you want to accomplish in the next 5 months, 6 months? If me and you were hanging out in 6 months, what would have had to happen for you to be fully satisfied and excited about your results thus far? Right? So what do you want? What's most important to you? What are the action steps? What are the 5 things you want to accomplish? You want to close 20 top clients. You want to write a book. You want to get your LLC and start your own company. You want to quit your job in 6 months. Right? You have to figure out the 5 things that would move you forward. Next, what are your most compelling reasons of why you want to do that? Reasons come first, results come second. So you have to start thinking about why you want what you want. I remember specific instances and experiences that have shaped my life. I remember when I was 18, 19 years old, and my mom had a friend. She was inviting people to her 25th wedding anniversary, right? And she had a friend, one of her best friends, that couldn't make it. She gave her plenty time in advance, I think a year in advance. She really wanted her at this wedding anniversary because it meant a lot to her. And I remember how much this meant to my mom. And she couldn't make it. Long story short, I'll keep a long story simple. She couldn't make it. And the reasons she couldn't make it were two things. Don't have the money, couldn't get time off. Now, I'm 18. I don't remember if I was late 18 or early 19, but 18 or 19 years old. I remember thinking, how can a grown woman with a year in advance not get time off or not have the money to come to one of their best friends since middle school's anniversary? It blew my mind, and I remember thinking I never want to have money problems or live that way when I'm older. Now, nothing against people that don't have money, right? But I didn't want to live that way because I realized I wanted choices, right? So that's one of my compelling reasons. When I was thinking about quitting entrepreneurship, I think about those things. I'm like, I told myself I didn't want to be 35, 40, 45, 50 and have money issues. So I had to make different decisions and make the tough decisions in the moment that reflect that. So that was one of my reasons. So what are your reasons? If you don't have 4 or 5 reasons that wake you up and fire you up in the morning, you don't have strong enough reasons. So what are your compelling reasons of why you do what you do? And then lastly, the number one skill you want to master that's most relevant to your ideal outcome. You don't need 10 skills, you need 1 skill. Okay? Because so many people are overloaded with information and they trick themselves. Instead of executing or investing in themselves, they think, oh, I need to learn a bunch more. No, you don't. You have to execute things that are most important to you, right? To get you to the next level. So that, confidence comes from action. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you some game changer truths along the way. I added these to give you extra value. So clarity comes from taking action, not from thinking. So when I needed clarity, I kept thinking and it never came to me. Right when I started taking action, it started becoming clear what I wanted and what I needed to do, right? So number 2, developing the unstoppable mindset. It's just 4 things that you need to develop an unstoppable mindset, right? And we already talked about perspective. Understanding that while in fear is a great opportunity for those that are confident, and there's more money being made in a down economy than there is in a great one, and realizing that when the economy crashes, the money doesn't disappear. It just transfers to these people that have these things. First thing, commitment. You're either interested or you're committed. People that are interested, they invest in themselves when it's convenient. They work hard when it's convenient, and they work hard or they're focused when they feel like it. People that are committed, they work whether they feel like it or not, and they're committed regardless of the situation to creating a better life and to figuring out entrepreneurship, figuring out how to grow and scale their business. So how committed are you? And I commend you because you're already on this live feed. It shows you're ahead of most people. But that's not enough. There's still some work to be done. Number 2, we already talked about. You got to have compelling reasons. Every single person with a really good mindset, every single person that has a bulletproof mentality, they know exactly why they're doing what they're doing. So figure out why you want to do what you do. Why do you want to leave your 9 to 5? Okay? Why do you want to become a successful entrepreneur? Why do you want to stop working 80 hours a week, 70 hours a week? Number 3 is your confidence. Now, confidence, which we'll talk about, is something that comes from making the tough decision in the moment. Confidence comes from doing the things you say you're going to do, whether you feel like it or not. Confidence is self-worth, and self-worth comes from keeping promises you make to yourself. I know some of this is simple and some of you may know this, but the difference in knowing it is, are you doing it, right? So the most dangerous thing you could ever say is, I already know that. The question is not if you know it. Are you executing these things that you know? Does your waistline prove you know about health? Does your bank account prove you know about the economy and about business? Does your business success prove that you know about these things I'm talking about, right? And number 4, choosing growth in the moment. There's always 2 decisions. There's the easy decision and the tough decision. And if you make the tough decision, life becomes a lot easier. So if you make the tough decisions right now, life is easier the next 6 months. If you make this, so the easy decision now, this is when the most creative excuses come out of people. People have the most insane validations of why they can't get results, why they can't get work done, why they can't invest in themselves, why they have money issues. They're creative, right? But if you can invest in yourself and bet on yourself and make the tough decisions, instead of sleeping in, work out. Instead of eating that cheeseburger, eat a salad. Instead of partying, write your goals down, right? Every time you make a tough decision, life gets easier. Those 4 things equal this. Your most important account is not your bank account. It's your confidence account. And everybody has something inside them called their confidence account. And every decision you make, it either helps it or hurts it. So no decision goes unnoticed. So every decision you make is either building your confidence account or tearing it down. That's why I say be careful about the small decisions. Some people think the small decisions don't matter. That's all that matters, right? So keep that in mind. And the biggest thing I've seen increase confidence is this. It's your circle of influence. I think this is one of the biggest confidence boosters, right? So that's number 3, creating your $1 million network. Your circle of influence is probably the most important aspect of success in your life and business. They did a huge survey. Some of the top 1,000 sales personnel did a survey in their a big U.S. company. And out of the 1,000 of their top people, they figured out why they were in the top, I believe it was 1% of their company. And it was 2 things, their relationship skills and their social capital, who they knew. So it's very clear that the top 1% of earners have the highest social capital. Now, your circle of influence will make or break you, right? And this is the shift that made the biggest difference for me, because I realized I was broke and I was hanging out with other broke people, right? So there's 3 elements to this. Support, family, and friends. So those are people you're around the most. People around you, are they building you up or tearing you down? This is the people that you see all the time, right? You go home to them or you're around them, right? Then there's peers, business network, those you're around when you're working, when you're grinding. Are they A, players that you can bounce ideas off of? Or are they people that want to party and make excuses? Okay, the closest 5 people you hang out with should have the lifestyle that you want. And the last thing is guidance. So mentors, people you learn from, who should be cutting your learning curve in half and making 100% sure you're on the right path. People that are challenging you, raising your standards, those that are elevating your thinking, giving you a proven roadmap. This is called the power of anticipation. They can anticipate what is coming next for you because they've been there, and they can guide you in the right direction. They can tell you how to avoid pitfalls and once again cut your learning curve in half, right? So do you have someone around you that challenges you, that makes you think bigger, that holds you to high standards? Think about that. That's a huge, huge game changer. So the first thing I did was I figured out who I was around, and I evaluated my circle of influence. I evaluated who was helping me grow and who was holding me back. If you hang out with 5 millionaires, you're going to eventually be the 6th. There's no question about it, right? You hang out with 5 intelligent people, you'll be the 6th. You hang out with 5 broke people, you'll be the 6th. What about 5 alcoholics? You'll be the 6th, right? It's inevitable. Who do alcoholics hang out with? Other alcoholics. That's just how it goes. So this is why your circle of influence, if you add up the 5 people you're around the most in terms of hours, they're around the most throughout the week, and you divide that by 5, your income is probably very, very close to that. So if you want to level up your income, level up who you're around and your circle of influence, because that makes or breaks you. So start evaluating. I made a list of my maintenance friends that kind of held me back and almost didn't want me to succeed because it made them feel insecure and they're trying to pull me back. Then I made a list of the growth friends that some of them I didn't even know yet, but I knew I wanted to get to know them. And all I did was this. I lowered the time I spent with my growth friends or my maintenance friends, and I increased the time I spent with my growth friends. Super simple, right? So 3 life-changing decisions that will make all the difference. Who to cut out of your life. I know it sounds tough, but you have to understand, in a time when most people are in fear, where there's the greatest opportunity, you can't be around people who are in fear because it will subconsciously affect you. Now, you can go back, reach down, and help them, but right now you have to really be selective with who you're around. Life is way too short to hang out with people that don't make you feel exceptional, that are toxic, that play victim. That when you're around them, you feel like you develop more fear and more anxiety versus people that make you feel unstoppable, right? So who to cut out of your life? And it was tough because out of college, I had a lot of people that wanted me to party, wanted me to hang out. And when I left junior year, between junior and senior year, to go start a business in Washington from Oregon. I was at U of O. I left, started a business. All of my friends were partying that summer, hanging out with girls, drinking, relaxing. And I left to go start a business. And I wanted to quit 10 times. But I realized that if I was going to have a lifestyle that was different than most, I had to do what most aren't willing to do. So I had to cut some people out of my life that didn't want me to make that tough decision. Next, when it's time to go all in. Okay? And most people say later. Oh, maybe next month, maybe 6 months from now. Let's weigh out the market. Successful people understand it's always the best time to go all in because time's going to pass anyways, right? So now is the best time ever to go all in. Not just because the economy, but because stars will never align perfectly, right? And you have to make a choice that now is the right time. 3, what to invest in, which I will share what to invest in, okay? But as the vision gets bigger, the circle gets smaller. So the most important decision you'll ever make is who you choose to surround yourself with, right? And for me, people ask, how do you get around people like Gary Vaynerchuk or meet people that you've met, successful people, whether it's Eric Thomas, whether it's Scooter Braun, Robert Herjavec, whether it's Damon John, whether it's Grant Cardone, whether it's Ed Milet, Tony Horton, the founder of P90X, whatever it is. People say, how'd you do that? Well, here's what you got to realize. Everyone with $1 million network started at zero. Now, I'm not talking about the people that were born into royalty, the 2% that already had millions. I'm talking about the people that had no network, started from zero, that built one. So this is me hanging out with Gary Vaynerchuk, Ty Lopez, Randall Pitch, Lewis Howes, Gerard Adams, Ryan Blair. This is Grant Cardone interviewing me and me interviewing him. This was a couple of years ago. This is me and Eric Thomas after we spoke on stage. This is me and Tom Bilyeu, the founder of Impact Theory. I was hanging at his house. We were brainstorming, doing some business. This is me and Kenny the Jet. We actually were on a flight together. This is me and Tony Horton, the founder of P90X. I grew up in a small town. I knew nobody. I carefully built this network by these tips I'm going to give you, okay? But this is what my mentor said to me. My first real mentor was Jordan Weirs, and he helped me. He said, a smart person learns from their mistakes, as all successful people do. But those wanting world-class results learn from other people's mistakes so they can shorten their learning curve and not waste as much time making the same ones, right? So the power of a mentor. Education and guidance calls you out when necessary, has you think way bigger, and helps you with strategic decisions. Now, here's the truth here, right? You don't need to figure it out when you create the right network. I used to beat myself up thinking I had to figure everything out on my own. When you have the right network, you don't need to figure out what's next. They can help you, right? And let me explain the power of a mentor and the power of someone that makes you think different. When I was 23, I finally, from these tips, from having clarity, from elevating my network, from the next couple things I'm going to talk about, I then made 6 figures within 6 months, which is what my book's called. And then I was able to make multiple 6 figures the next year by doubling down on these truths, right? And I had about 120 grand saved at, I believe, end of 23, I was, believe 24, probably 24 and a half, right? I don't know the exact age. But I had 100-something grand saved, and I thought I was on top of the world because I had never made that much money or had that much money. And being from the town I was from on the coast of Oregon, no one really had that much. I thought I was like ready to retire and never work. So I hired a mentor, and I said, I have this much saved. I think I'm going to take some time off. I'm good. And I literally was letting off the gas pedal. I was going to like take some time off and just like enjoy the money. And he said, 100K, that's not much. That's not going to last long. I thought you were doing this for the right reasons. I thought you were hungry for the next level. Why'd you hire me? I don't think you're the right person to work with. I made my first million when I was 21. And I totally shifted my perspective. And he made me realize and made my standards raised, because life's going to organize around the standards that you set for yourself. So I realized at that moment, wow, maybe 100K is not that much money. And I don't know if I'd be where I am today. I don't know if I'd have as much hunger and as much financial freedom and as much perspective as I do, because of him challenging me back in the day, me thinking that 100K was enough to retire. This is why you need a mentor to call you out, right? So figure out a mentor. Now, you don't have to know them. They could be an online mentor, right? But realize that having a mentor and having a network, it's a way to speed up what you're capable of and level up your game. And there's nothing, I don't think, that will make a bigger difference on your life and business, right? So shift your circle of influence. And it helps every other area of your life. Big ticket sales, transitioning to entrepreneurship, content and social media, how to approach influencers, high-level people, clarity and consistency, how to get better at sales. It helps with every single one of those areas, okay? So once I started leveling up and getting around higher level people and building my brand, I had to optimize my positioning, right? This is 50% of the battle. Positioning is how you're viewed in the marketplace. And if you position right, people come to you versus you chasing people. Okay, so why is positioning one of the single most important things you can do, especially in unstable times? Better targeted leads, more leads, you can be more selective, you can charge more, you have more respect, more referrals, more media, and more partners. And from my understanding of all of your goals, these were the top 2 goals, and you saw it again in the chat about 15 minutes ago. Make more money, create financial freedom, and work less. In short, you want to make more money with less effort, all from one practice. Well, that is positioning. Okay, and there's 3 core pieces to great positioning. But positioning is what allows you. Now, when people are in fear, it's easier to attract the right clients. It's easier to, I don't want to say take your competitors' clients, but the people that are more confident in a fearful time get all the opportunities, okay? So there's 3 parts. First, it's knowing your audience. Who do you want to impact? Who is your target audience, right? And I'll give you an example of how powerful this is. It's also messaging and branding, and it's being about something. What are you about? What makes your business different, right? Why should people choose your business versus doing business with everybody else? If you can't share exactly why people need to do business with you versus everyone else, then you're not going to get the business. So what's going to make your business different? Make it about something. If it's about something bigger than yourself, then people want to be a part of that. Everybody right now, especially in tough times, want to be a part of something bigger than themselves. So what movement can you create? Plans fail, movements don't. Is your brand and business a movement? Do you know who your target audience is? Right? Think about that. Do you know that? Here's an example where we tripled our business like 3 years ago. We weren't sure who our target audience was, right? And this just happened recently. But let me give you an example of the importance of knowing your audience and doing your due diligence. Now, if you haven't started a business, knowing this before you start will give you the biggest competitive advantage over everybody else. If you have a business, do this right away. We did a survey, okay, where we asked 100,000 people, and this is called the 100,000 person survey breakthrough. This blew my mind. Type out each letter on the following in order of importance, first being most important, last being least important. Okay? And I want to share the importance of this. Lifestyle, freedom, family, income, impact, health. One of my biggest values is impact and legacy. Okay? Along with family and freedom, and finances are probably 3 or 4. I was thinking everyone wanted to impact people, right? So all of our marketing was, if you want to impact more people, if you want to build a legacy, then I can help you with that. I love building, I love creating impact and making people better and creating success stories, right? So all of our marketing was focused on people creating an impact because that's what I thought they wanted. Now, here's the catch. the likelihood of the marketplace responding because you want something is zero. Your customers are marketing geniuses. If you ask them what they want and you deliver on that, that's when you're going to dominate the marketplace. So here was the answers. In order. Number 1 for people was family. Number 2 was freedom and lifestyle. Number 3 was health and energy. Number 4 was income and financial freedom. And the last thing that most people cared about was impact and legacy. So I was focused on impact and legacy and marketing that, but they didn't care about that. They care about family and freedom. So I know firsthand that most of you and myself, what you're doing, what you're building and creating is because you want more time for the people you care about and because you want financial freedom to have more flexibility in a lifestyle. So if you want to get to know your audience, you have to ask them what's most important to them, right? Game Changers truth. When you position yourself correctly, you won't need to prospect. When you position yourself correctly, you won't need to prospect, right? So that's something that really should stick with you. Next, it's working on the right activities, okay? The key to productivity is working on the right activities, finding people who complement your weaknesses. Here's my favorite profit-producing activities. So if you're going to start working on things, so many people are working on a ton of things, but none of them are moving the needle forward. Positioning, getting testimonials, getting in different publications, getting around higher level people that can help you position your business, right? Higher level clients. Networking, marketing, and sales. These are the highest profit-producing activities you can do in the new economy. Now, here's the catch. I just really want to get this across. If you don't know which one to do first, there's the key. Ask your network and those playing the game at a higher level than you. This is why having a support system and a network is so crucial. Remember my biggest failure? Tried doing it all myself. Number 2 failure was not betting on myself, right? And the cost of not betting on myself and the cost of doing everything myself was it took more time, I had way more stress, and I had worse results, right? So the Game Changers truth here is this, and some of you guys wrote me that you didn't want to just make money with your time. You wanted to leverage your time. If you only make more money when you work more hours, you'll never create real freedom. And here's the truth that most people won't tell you. No matter how good the systems, the mechanics, and the how-to information is, if you don't have this one final piece, nothing will happen for you. This is something that we don't naturally have, right? So what's the big difference between the 95% that will struggle and the 5% that will capitalize and dominate the next 6 months to a year more than ever before? It's not intelligence, it's not motivation, and it's not having a big vision. Because everyone has a big vision. Everyone talks about their vision because it's easy to talk, right? The people that actually accomplish it, the most important element for creating life and income you dream of is number 6, effective execution. Write that down and circle it. Effective execution. Okay? Hopefully you guys are excited about this. Are you guys getting some good information that you can use? Go ahead and comment if you've gotten some stuff that you feel like you can use and this is helping you. Because this is really the stuff that has took my business and my financial freedom and my flexibility and my family life to a whole new level, right? Execution is what takes everything I've shared with you today and makes success possible. It's the only thing that produces results and the most important element for creating life and income you dream of, okay? Unfortunately, it's the hardest thing to consistently do. Yes, good stuff. Very helpful. Thank you guys so much. And it's not hearing it, getting excited. It's really executing it and betting on yourself, okay? So how do you become the 1% and finally execute? Like finally master execution? Well, there's 4 critical elements of effective execution, okay? First one is simplify. What's most important to you? What business are you in and why are you in that business? Simplify. What do you want? Why do you want it? And what are you willing to give up? Most people want level 10 success, but they have level 6 habits. and they never invest in themselves. They're like me, where they're just trying to study a bunch of free stuff online, right? Yes, you're studying this free content I'm sharing with you, but we also pride ourselves in giving better free content than most charge for, right? But simplify, get rid of all the noise in your head. Figure out who you're going to cut out and simplify your life and business. 2 is now you got to prioritize, right? What are your profit producing activities? What business do you want to get in that has the highest ROI based on your strengths, right? What's most important to you right now? Now, here's the deal. If you don't have the money you want and you're protecting your family and you want to capitalize on this new economy, your number one focus should be making money and betting on yourself and investing in yourself. Right? So that should be your priority. If you already have the money and you already make good money, but you're working 80 hours a week and you're never seeing your family, your priority should be hiring, training, systems, processes, marketing and positioning, and firing yourself so you can get people to do what you do. If someone can do something 80% as good as you, time to delegate. Number 3, sell yourself on what you're doing. Okay? If you're not, this is a big breakthrough. If you're not sold on what you're doing in front of you, you're always going to procrastinate. So you have to sell yourself on why you're doing what you're doing. I didn't want to write my book. I don't know how to write books, but I sold myself on why I was doing it and how many people needed it, that I needed to get that out of my system because I couldn't fall asleep at night because I knew there was things that I went through that could help people. Right when I sold myself on my book, nothing else mattered. I was going to complete it. 4, support. You have to have other people that execute, and you have to have accountability, and you have to have people that are giving you feedback and holding you to high standards. So when you simplify and then prioritize and then sell yourself and have support, you're going to execute at a high level. Here's why this is so critical. Without the proper support in place, you'll find excuses not to take action. You'll get distracted and you'll get pulled off your path. You'll be stopped when challenges arise and you won't have the mental toughness to push through, right? And worst of all, you'll start focusing on the wrong actions because you're basing things off fear, not off guidance and confidence. And you'll consistently fool yourself into thinking you're progressing forward, but you're just being busy, right? And a year from now, you'll be in the same place as you were today. So the magic formula for massive success, okay, is proven systems and strategies and the right support. So the 6X strategy, shift from complexity to simplicity, create a bulletproof mindset, create your $1 million network, optimize your positioning, focus on the right activities, and make sure you have some effective execution. And when you do these things, when you invest in yourself, when you get around a higher level network, you build more momentum than you've ever built. And the 2 scariest things in life are momentum and lack of momentum, okay? And when you do these things, you start to create some freedom for yourself and for your family. And this is my proudest accomplishment, is being able to create financial freedom, do what I love, help people, but travel the world. This is me and she was my fiance at this time, Kayla. She's now my wife. This was us in Tulum, us in Costa Rica, us in Vegas, us in Cancun, and this was us in Colorado, in Mykonos. And I'll tell you what, I took my mom and my wife to Greece, and I get emotional thinking about it, but this is the stuff that really matters. But even if you don't respect money, you have to understand how it works and how to make it in order to have this kind of lifestyle. If you've built a $100 million business, but you don't have a lifestyle, you did it wrong. That's why there's importance of focusing on these things I talk about, and to a whole different level of fulfillment and satisfaction. And I don't even know how to explain it. I can't put it in words. We had our son in September. That's Santana. And I can't even talk about it because I get emotional, but this is why I really do this and why I love sharing and why I want this for other people, because there's too many people that have fear-based mentalities, scarcity mentalities, and they're not really building a life on their terms because they're taking what's given versus designing a life, right? This was us 2 weeks ago in Disneyland. He's getting old. It's crazy to see this. But here's what you have to realize. I know he's a mini-me. He looks like me. I know that. Real freedom is priceless. I know people who make $100K a year that are more successful and financially free than people who make $50 million a year. Let's go with some real world examples now, okay? I just want to get this across to you guys. This is Josh. He's 17 years old. I believe he turned 18. I need to change that. Don't quote me. I think he's 17 or 18. High school student, okay, from New Zealand. He had no network and he was lack of direction. He was making $1,700 a month from pure ambition, which was great, okay? He changed his circle of influence. He learned from mentors. He improved his positioning. He created certainty and confidence with his mindset, and he focused on the right actions. He went from 1,700 to 10,300 in 90 days by taking these actions. He was making more than his teachers, and it was hard for him to pay attention in class. He's a senior, right? So this is what's possible. And when you ask, what industry is he in? That's irrelevant, right? You can do this in multiple industries if you know these tactics. So another truth, time is never the problem. It's lack of focus, no roadmap, and an incongruent circle of influence that matters. So let's recap real quick, okay? Lesson 1, shift from complexity to simplicity and stop believing all the gurus. It's not just about hard work. It's not just about experience, and you don't always have to believe. Just get around people who believe. Lesson 2, create your $1 million network with all 3 pieces: support, peers, and mentors. Doesn't matter what age you are or where you live. You could be 19 watching this or 68 watching this. That's irrelevant. Lesson 3, it's not about working harder or smarter. Everyone says it's about working smarter. It's not. I know people that work extremely smart that are still broke. I know people that work 80 hours a week that have no freedom that aren't making 6 figures. And I know people, I don't really know anyone that's working right that's not financially free. Bonus lesson. You don't need to believe, just get around people that do. And the only way you're going to create a life and a business on your terms is by building your network and by having a roadmap, right? The right support and the mastermind network. Now, this is a group of like-minded people that are there to guide you and support you, right? So why are all the top achievers in the world in masterminds? Why do elite entrepreneurs and influencers pay $25K a year, some $100K a year? I know Tony Robbins and some other ones are $1 million a year, right? Why do people pay that? Because the right network is a force multiplier that keeps you on track, keeps you moving forward as efficiently and effectively as possible. Right now, you're watching this live training with you. I want to know, hopefully you guys got some value. Do you mind if I give you a little more value and continue giving you value? Let me know, because I know it's been about an hour now, right? Got some water. I'm getting fired up. You've shown that you're committed and serious about success, right? You've seen the 6 elements you need to master to break through to entirely new heights. And you've seen that when you combine execution with a proven roadmap, you can finally do the things you've dreamed of. Now, it's just a bonus that most people are in fear right now. And if you can capitalize from your confidence, you can then reach back and help people, because I'm assuming a lot of you watching this have people counting on you. And this is not just about you. It's about people that are counting on you. It's about your brother, your sister, your husband or wife, your friends, people that are inspired by you. You need to be the rock for those around you. And there's more opportunity than ever before. But I want to help you finally do things you've dreamed of. Travel and be with your family more. Grow and scale your business the right way. Make more money than ever. Have complete autonomy and freedom, and replace your stress and fear with peace of mind and certainty. And there's never been a better time and never been more opportunity than right now. Yet, we've seen more people struggling than ever. That's why they need you, because they're struggling, they hate their work, and they're stressing about money, and they're working too hard for little results, right? And the biggest key to consistent income, to real freedom, and success in this economy when the economy dips is being around the right people and having daily accountability with a roadmap to follow. And not having Superman syndrome where you feel like you have to do everything yourself. In my opinion, you should make the immediate decision to do everything you can to create an ideal lifestyle for yourself, right? So I'm not sure why you showed up here today. Maybe you're sick of treading water in your business and you feel like your business is running you versus you running your business. Maybe because you're super frustrated that maybe your podcast, your course, your blog isn't making money and you're wondering how to create more predictable and consistent income, or you've been stuck at the same income the past couple of years and you've had enough of that. Maybe because you're making money. Like I know a lot of you reached out and said you're already making 6 figures, but you don't have any freedom and you're sick of that. Maybe because you're like me and you didn't feel like your bank account was matching your intelligence, right? Or you're just here to learn more. Either way, I want to help you claim your freedom back with absolute certainty. Okay? And at this point, we've been together like an hour and 5 minutes, hour and 10 minutes. Hopefully you at least got 1 or 2 things that you're going to implement immediately and see results with. And I see a lot of you guys wish we could obviously go longer, right? How many would like to really get introduced to this new opportunity that we've never shared? This is super exciting, but this is one of the reasons, okay? You're online right now. You're watching this webinar. This is one of the reasons we created this 8 years ago, which I'll share with you. But you now understand the importance of a good network and a good circle of influence in your life and business. Now, you would probably agree that it would dramatically increase your chances of getting to 6 figures, but not just 6 figures, 7. Not just income and influence, but do it in a way where it's consistent and predictable in terms of how you're receiving that income. So within the last couple months, we've had so many people ask us about our academy, if they can join, and do I mentor and do I coach people? And I want to introduce you, okay, to the brand new revamped. This is why we created the Game Changers Academy. Now, I see some of you guys are already on the academy, which I love, so you can definitely share your experience. But this is the #1 networking community and mastermind for ambitious entrepreneurs and those looking to build a life on their terms. It's been featured in Entrepreneur Magazine many times, but we call this the all-in-one resource for the entrepreneurs, sales professionals, and leaders that want to grow and scale their business on their terms. Let me ask you a question. Do you want to achieve your success fast or slow? Now, most people say fast, but what they're doing is what I did, where they're studying a bunch of free content. They're nervous to invest in themselves. They're trying to do everything on their own, right? They don't have a team, and they're getting there very slow. And once enough time goes by without getting results, you give up and settle subconsciously, right? But I want to help you implement all of these actions consistently so you can grow and scale your business, create your $1 million network, and create consistent, predictable income. Most importantly, create more freedom for your family, create real financial freedom where you don't have to think about money, and live a life on your terms, your own way. And after working with 10,000 plus entrepreneurs, me personally investing over 200,000 on personal development, and I'll be very honest with you, most of it was BS. It didn't get me real results. And spending thousands of hours researching, we created the complete system you need. And the Game Changers community is the absolute fastest way to go from point A to point B while eliminating stress and overwhelm. And we'll talk about the details, but I'm super excited because for the first time, the Academy came out in end of 2012, 2013. Okay, so it's already been crushing. It's been in Forbes Entrepreneur Success. We have 600 something testimonials. But we just spent 8 months revamping it and making it better than ever. So here's what you're going to get. The complete Game Changer system, right? Deep dive trainings, live calls, millionaire guest speakers, mastermind calls every month, a private mastermind community, accountability group and coach, a mastermind network of thousands of proven and successful game changers, okay? Here's one of the events we did. This is our Inner Circle event, but we're doing game changer workshops, okay, every about 6 weeks, and they're free for people in the academy, and you're going to meet game changers from all over the world, right? You also get elite millionaire mentors, people like Gary Vee and Tim Ferriss and Ryan Blair and Grant Cardone, Ariana Huffington, Marie Forleo, Brian Tracy. They've all spoken personally to our academy members. So we have one new millionaire guest speaker every single month live. You also get a game changer schedule that has all the important dates of when the next speakers are. But check this out. Here's the new, you get 12 mastery modules. You get deep dive mastermind calls, you get millionaire guest speakers, and we have a new section called the Value Vault, where for the last 8 years, you have all of our content that we've done privately for our game changers simplified into categories. So these are the categories that you can sift through, which we'll go through. The 7 to 8 figure mentality, investments in real estate, time management and productivity, confidence, mindset, and psychology, personal branding and social media, new age marketing and advertising, leadership, relationships, and networking, and sales mastery and persuasion. Okay? So you have a chance. Now you're going to get deep dive trainings every single 7 to 21 days, as well as a live millionaire guest speaker, as well as a live mastermind call with me. But this is just organizing. So we don't know exactly what you want to master based on what stage you're at. Do you want to learn how to invest in real estate? Do you want to strictly get to 7 figures? Do you want to get better at leadership? Do you want to learn how to market in the new economy? All our content is categorized and simplified into these 8 categories, which is called the Value Vault. So I'm super excited because my number one frustration when I was starting out, spending a lot of money on mentorship and business training, was I never felt like I had a real community that felt like family that gave me the resources I need, right? And right now we have a flawless reputation. Now, what would this be worth to you to have $1 million network? So let me share this. The full Game Changers Academy system is $8K. Live mastermind calls and millionaire guest speakers every month for the year is $1,000. The Millionaire Networking Blueprint plus the Letter to Achiever script. This is a script you get on how to reach out to successful people to get a hold of really anybody. The 3 game-changing moves to networking in the new economy and our complete follow-up system. That's worth $297. How to build an online empire 3-part training series. We're going to talk about all these, but I just want to share what this is worth. The Maximizing Your Strengths, Monetizing Your Skills Blueprint. And a network of ambitious and successful individuals, priceless, of course. You also get my connections, my mentorship, and my experience working for you. That's a total value of almost $11,000. Now, if $11,000 could create financial freedom for you, would you invest that? A lot of people would, right? So this is time-tested and proven by thousands of people from all walks of life. Been in every publication possible. So you might ask, how do they have so many testimonials, right? Well, here's why. We've been very selective in the past. We don't open this up to the public much, right? We're doing this exclusively because we have a revamp of the academy. Everything is focused on mastery versus overload. So everything is focused on the information that gives you results. So we take, if there's information out there that's maybe a couple hours long, if there's a module that's 3 hours long, we simplify it to only give you the 20% of things that get you 80% of your results. So we 80-20 everything because we know that you value your time and you don't have time to go through a ton of content. This is not information overload. This is real results, right? Actionable, updated, and what's relevant now. It's based on experience and proven results. You get live interaction with the world's most influential people, and you get accountability to help you stay on track and increase your results. Now, the most common struggles that we realized were happening back in 2010, 11, 12, 13, inconsistent and unpredictable income. Let me know if you can relate, right? No real guidance or proven strategy. And by the way, there's some bonuses and some things that I'm going to share that no one knows. So make sure you stay to the end, and we're going to do some questions and answers as well, okay? So I'll do some live questions and answers. They lack confidence and certainty, especially in uncertain times, and there's no support system or a real network for them to bounce ideas off of and to get help. The Academy helps you maximize your income on your terms, gives you a proven follow-up system step by step, helps you gain clarity and develop an unstoppable confidence, and creates your $1 million network for you. Like, this is how you create a $1 million network overnight, is by getting access to the Academy. And the #1 program just got better. We revamped everything, the Academy resources, the content. We have customized deep dive trainings we've added, and it's easier to navigate. You get PDFs and blueprints. You get transcriptions with everything. And it makes it super, super easy. Now, if you're on the Academy already, you also get access to this new system, right? Which is pretty cool. So how much would this be worth to you? To have $1 million network overnight, to have my mentorship, and to have millionaire mentors in the next 5 years. Like I said, building life on your terms and having real freedom is priceless in your lifetime. Just imagine waking up when you want to wake up, having no boss. Imagine it's 9, 10, you're going to get your coffee, it's sunny out. I know it's raining in most areas, but imagine in the summer where you have no stress about finances. How much would that be worth to you? Why go through the trouble of figuring out everything on your own, like I tried to do, when you can just model exactly what I did to create millions of dollars in sales and profits while building a life and business on my terms? I will take you by the hand and show you exactly what I did. Okay? Nothing I've shared with you is theory or hopes and wishes. This is exactly what I've done in my business to generate 7 figures and create a lifestyle where I do things on my terms, where I can go to Disneyland on a Wednesday, where I can travel and leave the country for a month and the business grows while I'm gone. I've now helped thousands of others around the world create a life and a business on their terms while deepening their networks. Doesn't matter what the experience you have is or what you've done in your past, okay? So you might be asking, how much does this cost, right? You can try and figure it out on your own and spend thousands to hire a consultant. It could be $10,000 plus, right? You don't know. I mean, there's all different prices, but they range from $5,000, $10,000 to $25,000 to $1 million, right? I paid $20K for an hour. I get paid $20,000 for an hour speech, and I've turned down $5,000 per month to teach this same content. I don't do one-on-one mentorship anymore. All my focus goes to the academy. It's not $10,000. It's not $5,000. It's not $4,500, which is the referral discount fee. It's not $19.97, which is the lowest we've gone for at this level. For the action takers and game changers. And I'm excited to share with you and show you some testimonials and some other stuff and go deep down into the actual academy, show you what's in there and navigate and help you. We're doing a Creating Your Best Year Ever webinar only special, okay? So you're getting the full academy system, live mastermind calls and millionaire guest speakers every month, the $1 Million Networking Blueprint plus the Letter to Achiever script. You're getting all my scripts that I use. How to build an online empire, 3-part training. The Maximizing Your Strengths and Monetizing Your Skills Blueprint. This is for someone that's new that wants to transition to entrepreneurship. This teaches you how to figure out what your strengths and skills are and then what industries to go in and how to monetize those skills, right? And a network of ambitious and successful individuals. That's priceless. My connections working for you as well. Total value is around $11,000, which would still be a good deal. But we wanted to make it more affordable for you. We don't want to downplay the value, but we wanted to make it affordable so you could actually take action, invest in yourself, and change the game. This is crazy still. You can enroll today for only $297. Now, we are doing a special for the first action takers that you're going to love. So if you know you're going to join, you want to make sure you take action right away. But you can also, let me give you the website. You guys ready? GameChangersMovement.com/yes to take advantage of this offer. Now, you can save $200 and make a one-time investment of $997. So for you quick action takers, GameChangersMovement.com/yes. Okay? /yes. Now, this is the relaunch special. Now, let me talk about some real people, real value, and real results, okay? So this is Kirk Knowles, who joined, I guess he says 2 months before, so August. I just want to give you a quick shout. Started Game Changers, I believe, less than 2 months ago with a 5-month goal to raise my business residual from less than 150 to 200K a year. Hit that mark today, over 50K a year raised in less than 2 months. Reworking last 90-day goals to finish at 250 residual. Over 50K in residual income in 2 months. He then doubled his business again, and he actually shot a video testimonial I want to share with you. But I don't want to talk about the results. I don't want to share what it's going to do for you. I like to have real people share what they've done, and then we'll do some Q&A.
I introduced the Game Changers Academy. Needless to say, in 5 years, I am making triple that a month. I don't like to talk numbers a lot, but it's important to know what's possible. Just with the stuff that Peter's been able to give me, the execution, the accountability, the motivation, really investing in myself and taking that step with Peter was game changing for me. At the time when I did it, I didn't have a ton of money. I didn't ever think that spending that kind of money on myself would ever do what it's done. But literally, that investment has been the highest paying investment that I've ever made. Bought a new building, bought another business, merged it with ours. I've done so many things since then, and foundationally, that's all because of what Peter, the Game Changers Academy, done for me. So,
And by the way, he actually paid the full price as well. He didn't get a discount. Keep that in mind. This is some stuff from a couple years ago. In 2016, my business did $236K in revenue. So far in 2017, we broke $250K in revenue and have essentially 8 months to go, counting all of May, right? On pace to 3x my revenue. Let's do some more videos.
What's going on, guys? My name is Brody Kern. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I've been in real estate, call centers, payment processing. Now I'm in the coaching space. But before I met Peter, this was a little over 12 months ago, and I was just exiting the call center space. It was bringing a ton of negativity in my life. I lacked real clarity about what direction I was going to head. And Peter and I got connected, started talking about the Game Changers Academy. And, prior to that time, I had not really ever invested into a real coaching program and a real mentor. And so I was a little bit, I was ready to go. I knew that I needed something, but I didn't have any clue how much exponential growth would actually happen for me in the next 12 months. So if we are to fast forward 12 months now, I have literally gotten a crystal clear path about who I am, where I'm going, who I want to be, and what kind of life I'm going to create, and I can create predictable results to do so. If you fast forward, I've exploded my personal brand. I went from 15,000 followers to 100,000 followers on Instagram, a super impactful coaching business that is allowing me to impact the lives of young entrepreneurs similar to the way that Peter does, and I could not have done it without joining the Game Changers Academy because I was given the actual toolkit that I needed to succeed, the thing that I was lacking most.
I had uncovered things about my business that easily covered the cost. And it seemed like a lot of money at the time, but then I thought, how much money did I spend on my college degree? How much money am I blowing on other things when I could invest it in myself? And so just kind of that mindset shift made a huge difference for me.
And guys, these are all people from different walks of life. And these aren't people that actually got this 80% crazy discount. These are people that have taken what we've taught and really got results that they're proud of from those.
So being one of the youngest guys accepted into this group, I can understand why somebody at a young age might be concerned with investing in themselves to get around top-level entrepreneurs, thinking that they might not be ready. But let me tell you, it's a huge mistake. The sooner that you can get around top-level entrepreneurs, people playing the game at a higher level, the sooner that you're going to be able to fast-track your success. It's dire that you would invest in yourself now and cut out the negative people and get around a better circle of influence, people who are playing the game at a higher level where you'd like to be in 5, 10, or 15 years. So if you're concerned about it, I suggest just going all in and doing it right now.
Nick's actually only 21 years old, which is amazing. This is one of my favorite emails. Dean sent this to me last February. He said, I want to thank you and keep you updated on how you've impacted my life. I know you're busy, so I'll keep it short. Because of the Game Changers Academy and the hour coaching call we did, over the last few years, I've done over $2 million in sales. Gross, but still cool. My business is scaling and growing, and my wife and 7 kids were able to buy our dream home in the country. I would never have gotten to this point if it wasn't for you. Thanks again for all you do. This is why I do what I do. He actually shot a video testimonial as well. And I'm actually going to do one-on-one coaching calls with the first people that join, which is amazing. I believe there's already someone that took action, which is great. But I'm going to share some more testimonials, then we'll dive deeper in, and I'll share with you a couple other things. This is Dean, the one that just emailed me with his dream home. Pretty amazing.
Not only did my business start doing much, much better, I was starting to do things on my own. Sorry for the shakiness. It's actually cold outside. So I'm shaking. But we were able to end up, my wife and I, and 7 kids, were able to get our dream home. looks like over here. Able to get our dream home. My business is doing really, really well. Over the last few years, I've done over $2 million in sales. I have a multinational business with around 30 employees that work for my company and work for my clients as well. And there's just a little bit of the house. And I get to wake up to this every day. Pretty cool. Every day I get to enjoy 20 acres of green country. And a big part of this, and being able to do this with my wife and 7 kids, is because of the Game Changers movement.
We'll do one more.
It took me a long time to finally get to the point where I was ready to invest, but when I found out more about the Game Changers Academy through my friend Marissa, I just saw how amazing her results were from that, and I decided that I wanted in. So I started with the Game Changers Academy in May, and since then I've crushed it this year, and my business has made over $100,000 more than we made last year. So if you're nervous about investing in yourself, especially as a young female entrepreneur, what you have to understand is it's super intimidating being around all these men that are killing it, but the biggest thing that you can do to make sure that you're on that same level is to invest in yourself at the same level. Stop downplaying your skills and your mindset to try to match where everyone else is. Get to that next level on your own, and investing in yourself, it's going to pay you back 10 times more than that.
So here's a couple more. We don't need to go through these, but these are just real examples from real people that are crushing it because of the Academy. Went from 60K to 102K in less than a couple months. So this is not made to grow over 5 years. This is made to make some pretty quick changes and capitalize on the opportunities that are in front of you. This is one of my favorites. This is from Krista. Within my first week of becoming platinum, I've already made $40 online. Now, $40, it's not a lot of money, right? But it's her first 40 as an entrepreneur online. That's why that meant so much to her and as well to me. Peter Vu, can't believe the value in your academy. Feels like highway robbery. Price should be triple and I'm only on day 2. And this is someone that paid full price. You have 2 options. You can try and figure it out on your own like most people do. You can kind of stay in fear and hope things change. But the reality is things get worse if you don't bet on yourself. You could spend thousands of dollars, waste tons of time trying to do it yourself, or you can get the proven roadmap. You can cut your learning curve in half. You can get to your goals much quicker and start making more money than ever. Now, forget the money. You can start creating real freedom and have an amazing network around you, right? So I'm excited to invite you to join other ambitious entrepreneurs in the Academy today. Now, I know this could be a substantial investment for you, and I want to take away all the fear, and I want to make it so there's zero risk, okay? So we also have a 100% results guarantee, right? I'm going to put myself on the line, and if you don't think this is the best program in the industry, and if you don't think this is the most comprehensive, most relevant, most deep dive, you sign up and you don't fly out in the next couple of days and make massive changes and feel confident and start seeing proven results, you get your money back. Look, I will not waste your time. I don't think there's anything that touches this level of content and mixes it with these live millionaire trainings. And I don't want to waste your time. I've been through a lot. I've been through some tragic things. I've been broke. I've been discouraged. I felt like I let people down. I've been through so many programs that don't work. And trust me, if you're skeptical, I'm not even mad at you. I get it. Trust me. That's why we put in this guarantee, so there's no risk. And we have what's called a quick start guide and a fast start, where we make sure that you come out the gates flying with massive confidence, certainty, and have an action list that allows you to really get results quick, right? I'm not going to promise you're going to make 50K in the next week, but you're going to start building a real foundation so you have the best possible advantage to succeed in life and business. And look, I understand you. You don't feel like your intelligence matches your bank account. You're sick of all the BS out there, and you want a proven roadmap, right? You're maybe scared to invest because money is tight and because the times are tough. Money's going to be spent anyways. You might as well spend it on something that's going to actually protect your future and make more money. And because there's a guarantee where there's no risk, you're protected against that as well. And we've designed the program for you to make your money back in the first 30 to 60 days. Now, because you're getting this webinar discount, it will be quicker than that. But this is absolutely the best way to solidify the next 12 months of your life being the best ever. So I want to invite you to step into the best program on the planet. GameChangersMovement.com/yes. And the offer is not going to last long. It will go back up to full price very shortly. The special webinar promotion is only good until Monday at midnight. Okay? So GameChangersMovement.com/yes. Good news. It gets even better. I've been fired up. This is 8 months to a year in the making, plus 8 years with the Academy. I want to do something extra special for you, for investing in yourself, for betting on yourself, for being the ones that understand that when the money disappears, it doesn't transfer, it doesn't disappear, it goes to successful people. I want to share this no excuses, no brainer special. You get some more bonuses. You also get my Becoming Unstoppable audio series. Okay, $97 value. That's actually sold for $297 in the past, to be honest. How to create massive influence, become a leading authority, and dominate your market. You also get my Establishing Your Celebrity training. And I'm unlocking the bonus materials, which at certain levels, you don't get bonus materials or the value vault. I'm unlocking that for you. How to build an online empire, 3-part video series. How to go from scratch and capitalize on building a personal brand. Every single step you need. How to create engaging and relevant content. How to position yourself. You get that series. Figuring out your next move and getting the Know Yourself blueprint on how to monetize. If you need clarity on leaving your 9 to 5, that's what that is. The weekly master plan time management system. You get everything that we have. It's a very deep dive time management system so you can start thinking and acting like the millionaires and claim some of your freedom back. You also get my Becoming Unstoppable audio series, which is in the bonus materials. Also, you get the Game Changers Productivity Quick Start Guide. And the people that join live today, the first, I believe, 10 people, and it might already be taken, but the first to join will get a personal welcome call with me next week where I'm going to make sure you're taken care of, make sure you get the results, and we'll build a relationship together. I'm super excited to connect with I don't care who you are, where you're from, what you do. I'm excited to connect and help you maximize your life and business. You also have your first official live call next week. So you're going to make sure that you get results. It's going to be creating engaging content and leveraging social media to grow your business and brand. So we're going to talk about how to streamline all your content, the best types of content for 20. If you're not online, if you're not doing content in 2020, you're going to be left behind. Period. And if you don't do it, at least someone on your team should do it. Live mastermind seats with other members, and of course, reassurance you've made the right choice. So now, what's the real value, right? You have live mastermind calls and hot seats every month, the $1 Million Networking Blueprint, press the Letters to Achiever script, how to build your online training, maximizing your strengths blueprint, network of ambitious individuals, new millionaire mentors every month, Becoming Unstoppable audio series, the Maximizing Your Strengths blueprint, the full Game Changers Academy training system, and my connections, mentorship, and experience working for you so I can help you navigate and once again capitalize on the tough times. When everyone's in fear, there's always a percentage of people that capitalize and make more money than they ever have. And then, of course, for someone like you, you'd reach back and help other people, right? And you get all access to the value vault. Total value, $17,269. And even there, would you pay $17 to create financial freedom, right? All for $997 or $297. So here's what to do next. GameChangersMovement.com/yes and enroll. You're going to check your email right away for the login info. And then you're going to watch the welcome plus the start here videos. So there's videos to watch on exactly what to do next, how to navigate, how to maximize the academy. So you'll know exactly what to do. Download the schedule and the GCA blueprint, and then get ready for Mastery Module 1. Okay? Now, I'm going to walk you through some of the modules, But here's what I want to share with you. Can you picture someone in your mind that has maybe made a lot of money as an entrepreneur? Maybe they have the lifestyle you desire. Picture someone that you know right now that's crushing it, that is fulfilled, that has financial freedom, that loves what they do. Picture that person in your mind. Okay? Now, picture someone maybe who is frustrated, who doesn't love what they do. Maybe they've lost everything. Maybe they failed at entrepreneurship. Maybe they are operating in fear and telling you not to go for your dreams. Why are some making millions and six figures, which is still great income, and why are some failing and losing everything? Think about that. Why are some living the life of their dreams, and why are some operating in fear and losing everything? Is it A, lack of opportunity? Or is it B, lack of knowledge and network? Think about it. It's not lack of opportunity. There's going to be more opportunities than ever the next 6 months to a year. So you're more right than you know, right? Lack of knowledge and network. Most people aren't thriving. Most people want, and they talk, but they never invest in themselves or bet on themselves. If you don't invest in yourself, you shouldn't really expect success, right? I don't want you to be like most people. What would you tell those people that are frustrated, that are in fear, that are losing everything, but they aren't investing in themselves? And they're watching Netflix, right? You would tell them, what are you doing, right? You would shake them and say, there's so much opportunity. I know a lot of you invest in yourself, and I know a lot of you guys are here because you want to grow. But there's people out there right now that could have gotten on this webinar that chose not to. They're going to go out there and they're going to try to figure everything out on their own and waste a lot of time, money, and energy, right? They're going to try to study all this free stuff online, right? They're going to try to buy all these courses, and they're not going to be able to have the roadmap they need or build the $1 million network. This is the vehicle you need because it's the all-in-one resource mixed with accountability and real mentorship. If I can do it, so can you. I'm from a small town in Oregon of 7,000 people, and I'm excited for those who have taken action. I see some people have already joined, which is great. Super excited. So here's some of the modules. These are just some of the trainings that you get, okay? How to master personal growth while creating absolute clarity. So this is how to master the game of personal growth. People have been trying to figure this out for years. Imagine leaving this module with more clarity than you've ever had, knowing exactly what you need to do to grow your business and knowing it's in complete alignment with your strengths. Okay? Identifying your unique ability while maximizing your strengths and gifts. Imagine only working in your unique ability and somebody else executing everything that you hate doing, that you shouldn't be doing, and that you're not good at. Imagine everybody you delegate to doing a better job than you, which allows you massive freedom, but more importantly, happiness and fulfillment. Of course, how to build a $1 billion Rolodex and create a powerful circle of influence. This is where we get tactical, give you all the scripts. Okay? Imagine having a secret script that can help you get a hold of anybody you want. Imagine knowing the 3 game-changing moves that will put you in the 1% of networkers in the world. This is one of my favorites. Becoming irreplaceable and creating a recession-proof business and life. Right? Imagine knowing with complete certainty you are maximizing your time and you're as productive as possible. Imagine finally getting paid what you're worth and being irreplaceable. So I give you specific things and tactics to do that you can execute right away to make you more valuable in the marketplace and to make you irreplaceable so you never have money issues. People always ask me, and I used to wonder, if you take $1 million from a millionaire and you take all their money, they're going to get it back guaranteed because they're irreplaceable and because they've recession-proofed their business because it's positioned right, because of marketing, and because of their clientele, but also because of their network. We teach you how to do that. Mastering the art of real wealth and building an 8-figure net worth. This doesn't happen overnight, but time will pass anyway, so you might as well build something worthwhile and turn your money into assets that work for you. Imagine not having to work for your money, but money working for you. Imagine never having a financial issue ever again, and most importantly, working because you want to, not because you have to. Of course, we have to dive into how to hire, how to train, how to find A players, how to scale, building your 7-figure dream team, and creating a culture of excellence, right? Imagine leaving town or taking a couple weeks off and your business does more business when you're gone. Imagine having all A players on your team that you absolutely trust that tell you to leave because they got this, right? How to position you and your brand as the go-to industry leader. You guys have already known, but imagine attracting highest paying clients to you where they seek you out versus you chasing people. My last 10 to 12, it's hard to say, I haven't counted. My last 10 to 15 speeches, I didn't reach out to anybody. They reached out to me because they found me based on our positioning, right? So keep that in mind. That's what happens. People come to you versus you chasing people. And there's more modules that I'm not going to dive into now. But imagine learning from the brightest minds in the world who really are living their dream life. Now, at this moment, you don't have to fully believe. If you would have told me when I was 0 to 23 that I was going to be successful and become a millionaire and build a life on my terms, I would have said, shut up, you're crazy. Things like that don't happen to people like me and where I'm from. So you don't fully have to believe, but you need to be around people that believe in you till your belief catches up, right? And we actually have, it's funny, we have Elon Musk booked for a speaker call, but he keeps moving the times because all the stuff going on. But eventually we're going to get Elon Musk on a call. We've had Randall Pitch, Shailene Johnson. We just had David Goggins, Jocko, Robert Kiyosaki. Imagine meeting other game changers. Imagine going to one of our events, right? This is Chelsea. That's Kirk, the one you saw earlier. There's Justin, who's been on the Academy for, I think, 4 years. This is the experiences we want to create for our game changers. This was a mastermind in LA. Pretty cool. But there's only one question. What will your story be? Okay, think about that. What will your story be? What will your book be? Would people want to read your book? GameChangersMovement.com/yes. I'm super excited to take this journey with you. You're going to get the Game Changers Complete System, live mastermind calls, elite millionaire mentors, $1 million network, and the entire value vault. And you're protected 100% by our 14-day money-back guarantee, where if you download everything, try everything out, we have a call, you get on our live call, and it's not what you expected. It doesn't exceed your expectations 100 times. Full refund, no questions asked, right? Action takers are always rewarded. So you guys that have already taken action, we're going to have a call next week, but you're also getting this, okay? Special bonus. For the first 10 people who bet on themselves and who show me they're serious through their action, not their words, you're going to get a special Game Changers package. You're going to get my book signed, hardcover, Game Changers flash drive with our 15 best documents. You're going to get my mixtapes. You're going to get an Ambition is Priceless wristband, as well as our Game Changers journal to take notes in. So join the most exclusive networking community today. GameChangersMovement.com/yes. Super excited. And this is one thing that transformed my thinking. And it took me from frustrated and broke to 7 and 8 figures. And it's the one thing that holds most people back, is most people never tell themselves now matters. Most people spend the first half of their life saying they're too young and the second half saying they're too old. Don't be like most people. And who is on Someday I'll? They're with other people on Someday I'll. Someday I'll be successful. Someday I'll invest in myself. Not right now because the market's down. Not right now because I don't have the money. Not right now because I'm moving. Not right now because I don't have a business yet. They always have a validation. Here's the news. The stars will never align. You create your opportunity by taking action. And through the action, you'll figure out what to do next. You don't always need to know everything before you take action. And if you think you have to know everything before you take action, good luck in this new economy, right? So now matters more than ever. Don't wait to take action like most people. Now matters. So this is for you if your bank account doesn't match your ambition. If you have that nagging pull inside that you feel like you're not fulfilling your potential. You need clarity and a proven roadmap to follow. You want more predictable and consistent income, and you really want flexibility and freedom, right? Complete game changer system, $1 million support network, live mastermind calls, elite private millionaire mentors, and the game changers package. I will extend the bonuses and the calls for the next 29 minutes while I do some questions and answers to anyone who takes action on the live training today. Okay, I'm super excited to answer your questions. Thanks for your time. And people ask, like, what's it going to cost me? Right? That's the wrong question. What's it worth to never have money issues ever again? If money is the issue, that should be the number one reason you invest in yourself when you don't feel like you can, so you never have money issues ever again, right? We wanted to make it affordable, but we didn't want to devalue it to be so cheap. It's tricky because we know the value. It's worth $8,000 plus, right? But we wanted it to be at a price that you still have to invest in yourself. You still have your skin in the game, but it's not an amount where you're like frustrated, right? Or you're on a park bench. So we make it affordable. We don't want to devalue the price. And we're taught in school to save, but we should be taught to invest. That's the game changer, right? So I'm excited to welcome whoever has taken action. And I hope you guys got some value. I appreciate you guys. Let me know if you have any questions. And I'm going to look at the chat right now. But any questions about the Academy, let me know, and we'll kind of dive into that. But I'm super excited. I've looked at all your guys' goals. I know how serious most of you guys are, and I'm really excited to absolutely dive in and give my all to you guys that are now a part of the Academy as well. And once again, the prices do go up. And even if you get it later at the full price, it's still worth it, but you might as well get an 88% discount, right? It's priceless not having to worry about money, and it blows my mind how many people spend money on college, spend all this money on material things, and they never bet on themselves. It blows my mind. You're going to spend the money anyways. You might as well spend it on something that's proven, that's going to make your money work for you to give you the best possible advantage for the future, and get it at a price that's 80-something% off with a guarantee where there's no risk. This really shows me who the game changers are. Good, Alex. You signed up. How do you schedule a one-on-one call? You'll get an email. The email you get, you just email that number. Email the email. It's peter@peterjvug.com. Our team will be reaching out to schedule the call, or you can shoot us an email, and we'll figure out the call next week. I'm super excited to connect with you, man. Anna, wise move. I'm excited to connect with you, and I'm excited to get you on these live calls, and I'm excited to help you grow your business. Guest 65, I don't know what's being sold. It's the Game Changers Academy. It's a networking community. I'm not sure if you were on this training or not. What I would do when I'm finished is just re-watch the last like 20, 25 minutes. It'll share exactly what you get. Excited for you, Anna. Excited for you. I believe Aaron signed up. You let me know. I saw. Excited for you guys to experience this movement and really help you grow your business. All right, do you guys have questions regarding what you get or what it is, or? Christy, I'm jealous you guys are getting some bonuses. Since you're already in the Academy, Christy, you'll get those as well. Don't worry. Aaron, you're in. Great. My pleasure. You're welcome. I have a very deep passion for creating success stories and helping people become real game changers. And to be honest, you have to have your skin in the game, right? You have to bet on yourself. I want to invest in people that bet on themselves and really take success serious, because it's your obligation and your duty to make sure that you protect the people around you and you lead the way. Most people are the majority. I want you to lead the majority. That's the goal. My pleasure, James. Very wise move. I'm excited for you guys to get going. And if you have any questions at all, support@gamechangersmovement.com. So you're going to have my personal email, the support email. My team is on right now if you have questions about that. I think there's some people that are a part of the academy on. You're going to have a family that will give you all the resources they have and their support and their guidance and their time. Also, one thing we pride ourselves in is you won't need to read a bunch of books. You won't need to listen to a bunch of podcasts. We made this and designed this. We have an advisory board where literally everything you need is in the academy. If you need a resource, I'll help you. If you need someone to help you with marketing, with logos, with a website, we have resources for you, right? Pete, is this about creating our own course, becoming an affiliate? No, but we can help you do that. But it's not about It's not about creating your own course. Although if you want to create your own course, we have some training on kind of the structure to do that. But it's more of a networking community where we can connect you with 35 other people that have created courses that can help cut your learning curve in half. That's what it's about. That's why this is more powerful than any course or training, because it's a network of people, and that's priceless. For me, time's passing so fast. Having a kid makes me realize it's interesting. I want to be, and just to share my raw, authentic thoughts, I want to be 70, 80, 90 years old, and I want to look in the mirror and see myself and have no regrets. I want to tell myself I built a legacy. I did it my way. I built authentic relationships. I created a great lifestyle for my family. Most people, when they look in the mirror when they're 70, 80, they have massive regret. They wish they would have done this. They woulda, coulda, shoulda. And I don't want to live that way, right? That's the biggest thing, is I want to help people make sure they move with purpose and intention in all they do. And to be honest, there's really no price to this academy, because what's the ROI on creating freedom? What's the ROI on growing and scaling your business? This is actually an ROI academy where you're getting a lot of money on your investment. So this is not an expense, it's an investment. So I want you to start thinking like the millionaires do. The only way to get to a millionaire status is to think and act like one. Start making decisions now that are going to help you get to that next level, right? Say your name, Amarante. Is that your last name? Is that a nickname, or is that your real name? That's a cool name. Where are you from? By the way, we're on like a 30 to 60 second delay too, guys. That's why it's going a little longer. Alex, we'll connect soon. Super pumped. Make sure you watch the first, watch the Start Here videos, and then watch the weekly mastermind video. It'll tell you what to do. But watch those so you have a little bit of context when we talk. I'm excited for you. Love it. Yep. Inner work comes when you work on the inner stuff. Now you have to figure out the profit producing activities, creating your ideal clientele, becoming more valuable to the marketplace, positioning, that kind of stuff. If you can figure out positioning and marketing and branding, James, that's when the inner work complemented with the execution is how you're seeing 21-year-olds make $1 million a year, or how you're seeing someone that's been struggling for 3 years, all of a sudden they created a $5 million company, right? That's how you're seeing that, is because the inner work is mixed with the outer execution that's relevant to what's working now. So I love it. Cool, guys. Any other questions? I'm super pumped. There's a training too that's in there. I'll share a little bit about it now, but in terms of Oh, there's also a Game Changers Academy Instagram that you'll get access to our team will follow you and we will shout you out and we will get you in our engagement group where we can comment and stuff if you're on Instagram. There's a lot of little perks that we haven't really shared that you'll get access to as well, which is cool. You also get access to our private Facebook group that we're revamping right now too. So there's a lot of bonuses. But there's 4 things successful people spend money on. So I did a year and a half of research, studying millionaires, multimillionaires, reading every book I could, talking to all my friends that are millionaires. And I found out there's 4 things that millionaires spend money on that most of society doesn't. And I'll share this as a final bonus and I'll let you guys go. But once again, I'm excited to get you going. And real quick, before I share these, if you're still on and you're excited and you're watching, but you haven't joined, maybe it's not for you, 1, but 2, figure out why. And the best thing you can do is, as a human being, if you're not where you are, is figure out why. Why are you not where you want to be? Have you been making decisions off emotion versus intelligence? Have you been around a network that's not serving you? Are you bad at saving money? Are you living above your means? Figure out why. There's so much money being made right now. It's insane. It is insane the amount of money our Academy members are making and people I know are making. Now, if you focus on people not making money, you'll think there's no money. But trust me, if you understand how money works and you really do invest in yourself, invest in the roadmap and the network, you will not believe the prosperity and the abundance you can create, but you got to get out of your own way and you have to understand you need to shift your perspective and don't bring along your philosophy from how you grew up to your future if it's not serving you. So figure out why. And once again, this is not for everybody. Like I said when I was promoting the event, this is not for most people. But if you're the 5% that actually want to grow, this is for you. So 4 things successful people invest money in. This is in order to a T, based off a lot of research. Number 1, themselves. Every single successful people invest back in themselves, whether it's masterminds, whether it's mentorship, whether it's events, seminars, they always invest in themselves to sharpen their perspective, sharpen their mindset. Second thing is back in their business to make, obviously, marketing, advertising, branding, personnel, their team, whatever it is, like hiring people. They invest in themselves, 1, always. So they know what to do. They invest in mentors so they can cut their learning curve in half. And the second thing is they invest back in their business. Okay. Third thing, once they start making money, is assets that make their money work for them. Okay. So when you start making money, we'll teach you how to make money. There's rules to making money in the new economy where you can literally print money. And I'm not giving that for free because it took me 14 years of failing to figure it out, right? But here's the reality. When you start investing money you make back into assets, whether it's multifamily, single home, whether it's real estate, whether it's angel investing, whether it's membership sites, whether it's things that are legacy focused that allow you to make money while you're sleeping, courses, books, audios, things like that. Okay, now you make money while you sleep. 4th thing is memorable experiences. Okay? So once you have assets working for you, once you invest in yourself and your business where your business is running successfully, it has systems in place, then you can spend your money on maximizing experiences. And I'll tell you, the biggest motive, imagine taking your family to Hawaii for 2 weeks, all paid. Imagine taking the person you care about to an amazing location, whether you love to go to New York City, whether you want to go to Fiji, whether you want to go to Dubai. Imagine having no money restraints, flying first class. I remember the time when there's been times with me and my wife now, she wasn't my wife, she's my girlfriend, where I would cringe if someone wanted to order an appetizer. Or if someone wanted to get a drink, I'd be like, no. And I thought about the price. It drove me crazy why I was like that. But I grew up with no money. Right? Now, my mom, after I started becoming a little older, she started making money in real estate, so we had more money. But the reality is, I know what it's like to be frustrated about money and to not have any worries and to be able to spend what you want, have freedom and have choices. It's priceless. that we can go out to a nice dinner. The dinner me and Kayla went to, she passed her sommelier wine test in San Diego. So we went to $100-something dinner last night. Had a couple glasses of wine, and it was amazing, right? I didn't want to be stressed about spending money on dinner. So that's why memorable experiences, doing something amazing, makes you even more motivated. But here's the catch. You have to do them in order. I know people now that don't make much money. They don't have any real estate, any assets, but they're maximizing experiences. You can't do that because then you're living above your means, right? So once again, invest in yourself. For all you guys that invest in yourself, you got step 1 down. Great job. You're investing in the academy, which means you're giving yourself the best possible advantage to crush it. Then we got to help you invest back in the business, but literally some of you guys won't have to because of our connections. Third, once you start making real money, it's investing back in assets that make money work for you and then going on some amazing trips. So hope that helps. Quick question. Is there a date for the website relaunch? Yeah, it's already launched. We haven't made it official publicly, but you guys are getting the new website. So it's officially launched. We chose a super aesthetic, like easily navigatable, but super good looking theme. So you'll love it. But let me know what you think. Any other questions, guys? Yeah, you guys get access to this revamped academy. You're the first people on the planet to get access to this. And once again, the price is probably going to go up actually past $8,000 the next couple months because the team, I've been wanting to change it to possibly 10 because of how valuable it is and how amazing the people are and these blueprints, these network events we do, and these modules are so valuable. So cool. Any other questions? I appreciate you guys. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope you got some value. And whether you join or not, much respect to you for investing in yourself in terms of spending this 2 hours with me, learning, growing. So many people escape reality. They never learn. They never invest in themselves, and they wonder why they're not where they want to be. People will crush it the next year. There will be people that crush it and build their dream business, build their $1 million network, and finally live a life of freedom. There will be people. And it depends on what you do now that determines that. The best way to predict someone's next 6 months, okay, is to look at their previous 6 months because habits trump everything else. Now, unless you put different things in your mind and get around higher level people, then you can rip up what happened the last 6 months and have the best 6 months you've ever had. Right? Someone said, and course creation like KBB, I really want to make money and change my life for kids. I have thought about affiliate marketing. Yeah, there's all kinds of avenues. But avenue is important, but it's more important to have the right support system and network because then you can make any avenue happen and we can teach you how to make sure the avenue matches your values. And someone said something else I really want. Success doesn't respond to want or need. You hear it all the time. I want success. I need success. I have kids. I need money. So does everybody else. Success responds to deserve. It's people who deserve it based on the actions they take, based on their way of thinking, and based on betting on themselves. So I want you guys to deserve success by betting on yourself. Okay? Have a great rest of your night. Thanks for hanging out and sharing everything. I'm super pumped to get you going. And by the way, if you haven't joined, you do have till I believe Monday to take action. I don't think you'll get some of these bonuses, but still, just the academy itself will blow your mind and give you the best advantage and help you really scale and grow your business. So have a great rest of your night, guys, and we will talk to you guys soon. Much respect, much love. If you're online, you can follow me on Instagram, Peter J. Voog, and